what's the main challenge of this show? It's different from a lot of other shows out there.
There's been a bit of a tipping point. So whereas it used to be sort of a traditional advertising show, things have turned more towards the kind of the intersection of media and technology, if you will, and a new kind of idea that happens at that intersection. So it's kind of pulling people maybe a little bit from the palais and the age of the over-executed 60-second commercial into experiences like this, which of course, and those things will converge hopefully too as well.
Okay. And there's a lot of talk about creativity at this show. How do you define creativity, and how does it relate to advertising?
So that's a big question, but having spent a lot of time on both sides of it, so as somebody who comes from creative agency management to sort of what I hope is kind of next generation creativity, it really has less to do with certainly than with talking at somebody even in a charming, humorous way, and more to do with hopefully involving them. And it really goes beyond the buzzword of conversation into life experience, right? So essentially, and experiences are not something that people need a lot of help with from marketers. So that's how high the bar is, right? So if I can enhance your life experience and also happens to be authored by Microsoft, that would be a very good thing. And that's what we're aiming at, which is really different than a print ad or a TV commercial, I think.
Yeah, it seems like the choice of medium has a lot to do with the actual execution these days, a lot more than in the past. Is it, depending on the platform, is it?
Absolutely, right? So with the Marshall McLuhan saying, right?
Yeah.
So the medium and the message, they're inextricably intertwined, and I think you're seeing more and more of that. And it seems like it's less of a reaggregation of the media and the creativity function and more of a reformulation, which is nice. It looks like something very different.
How do you foresee things evolving over the next year or so?
Hopefully the seams between the experiences, so the things that the technology is enabling, become sort of less and less visible, right? I mean, the whole thing is, are you smart enough to be really simple? So if your average 8-year-old, is an expert at avoiding the hundreds of millions of dollars that we sort of throw at them, for example. So how do you get that average 8-year-old, for example, to really not feel as if they're being marketed to and more like they're engaging with something that they want to do as opposed to is being foisted upon them?
Okay. What do you think is the most overhyped advertising technology or trend out there right now?
Tattooed, eye-rolling know-it-alls. The arrogance of the quote-unquote creative. That's the most overhyped.
And remember, who does that data belong to? Who does the data of government belong to? It actually belongs to the citizenry, and we should make it open.
Okay, Google. Who is Barack Obama?
According to Wikipedia, Barack Hussein Obama II is the 44th and current president of the United States.